And we are live. At least that's what the thing says.
Now you're too far this way.
Excuse us, folks. What's that?
Have you like introduced yourself on here before?
No.
Like, hey, I'm so and so.
Hello. My name's Patrick, and I'm your chief flight attendant. Actually, my name is Captain Jeremy Thurn. I'll share my resume with you. I am a licensed captain. I fish in a lot of parts around the country, mainly Jacksonville, Florida, and the Florida Keys. And today we're going to talk about some fishing. How's it going, guys?
Trying to catch up, you know. Everything's been rushed.
Rush. I like a rush.
Okay, Romeo is saying hi from Tampa, Florida.
Well, hello. How is Tampa?
Aviation Lover is saying hi. Spinning Valley Who saying what's up.
How's it going, Spinning Valley?
Akash is saying what's up. Real Hazardous.
Hello, Akash. Good for you guys to tune in.
That's a rush.
I was in Tampa.
Go ahead.
I was in Tampa once last year, and for work, and I tried to do some fishing at a local park, just casting. It was pretty wild. I didn't get much time to fish, unfortunately. But how is the bite down in Tampa? You guys tearing it up?
Anthony says hey.
Oh, how's it going, Anthony? Yep. Ooh, where's that from? How's it going from? Sorry, Robert. I'm not quite sure where you're from.
I would say, how do you say that, but
How do you say it? O-A-H-U.
Romeo says the tarpon is crazy in Tampa.
Oh, nice.
You have any tips on finding the fish in the Big Bend near St. Mark's? Robert's from Hawaii, which that's what I was kind of thinking.
I was gonna
but
guess Oahu. I probably said that wrong. It's probably not that. I'm sorry. I don't speak much Hawaiian, but I do know what Ono means, and that is Wahoo.
Watching a lot of that Bloodline show lately.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I like that Bloodline show.
Yeah. Did you ever?
Okay, Big Bend. Sorry.
Near St. Mark. Aviation Lover is asking if you have any tips on finding the fish in the Big Bend near St. Mark's.
I haven't done a whole lot of fishing there, although recently we did some fishing in the Big Bend area at Horseshoe Beach. And we were doing inshore, like redfish and trout. And that was pretty cool. And what we were doing was we were going along the flats. And it worked out good. The wind was just kind of pushing us in along it. So we were just doing drifts and casting and find the fish. And it kind of looked like a jigsaw. We would kind of drift in and we'd go straight out and then do another drift at an angle. So it's like drifting in, back, like a jigsaw.
Zigzag.
Yeah, zigzag.
Robert saying, oh no, indeed.
Yep.
And then Romeo is waiting on American Red Snapper season June 1st.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's weird up here on the East Coast in Florida. Our season is July. I think it starts July 11th, and we have a 3-day season for the year. If I'm correct.
I think so.
It's kind of crazy. Be thankful that you get the Gulf. It's like, is it 45 days or 60 days or something? I think it's
where we're going.
longer. We're actually going to Alabama in the Gulf, obviously, to fish red snapper in June. Their season is much longer, and it runs like weekends for I think a couple months. So looking forward to that. It's kind of a joke they don't give us a longer red snapper season.
Ricardo's saying hi. He's driving now, but he's going fast so he can see us at home.
Okay.
Which is from Mexico, Cancun.
Oh,
Just be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
They drive safe. I don't know if they have any, texting or videoing and driving and stuff like that in Mexico.
I feel like in Florida, people drive very crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem crazy to us because that's what we know.
Kind of used to it.
Okay, what is the best depth on the flats?
Best depths on the flats? We were like in probably 2 to 3 feet of water. It was pretty shallow, probably around 2 feet most of the time. And that worked really well. And, we kind of start out deeper and we work our way in, and we were catching fish all over, really, using a lot of gulp jigs, popping cork, we had gold spoons, some other different little basic jig heads, just working them in. So it was pretty fun.
The one trout video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep,
I'm like,
trout,
that all sounds
redfish.
familiar.
Yeah.
Jason says, hey.
How's it going, Jason? So, excuse me. It is Memorial Day weekend coming up. We appreciate all of our servicemen. Good time to remember everyone who given their lives, for the country, keep us safe, and we really appreciate that. A lot of people are really fortunate also to have a long weekend. It's great, and it's usually a big time of year where people go out on their boats. So it's pretty crazy usually this weekend.
It's already crazy now, so it
Yeah.
should be crazier.
With the COVID stuff, the ramps have been packed, so I'm not sure what to expect this weekend, if it'll be as packed as it has been, or if it'll be like even more packed.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Spinning Valley, who just said he saw a picture from the legendary charter out of St. Augustine, and they slayed the mahi.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Well, that's a good report. I've seen a couple pictures. I haven't seen a whole lot lately because I know some of the smaller boats. I think it's been kind of rough out there. A friend of mine talked to him inshore, and what we were excited about this weekend was kingfish, because about a week and a half ago, before all this storm low and came through, kingfish were biting really good. I mean, it was a hot bite. Some of the charter guys were telling me they were limiting out in no time. Go and find other fish to catch. That's what we like to hear. Bad news is we got a report that bait was hard to find today, and they didn't get many kingfish. Problem is, there was that first tropical storm. Was it not Andrew? Albert.
This year?
Yeah, just came
I don't
through.
think I even heard.
It didn't become like a major hurricane,
Yeah.
but it developed off the Bahamas, and it just moved up the coast. And if you check the weather report last few days, there's been a big swell, and that really throws things out of whack for fishing. Even though it didn't hit us directly and it was just a swell, that swell can really mess things up. Seems like it pushes the bait out, so it's probably why the bait's gone. For you divers, the swell makes the visibility bad as well. I mean, even when storms pass by 80 miles off the coast, they send a swell through. We've gone diving, and the water is just so murky, can't see anything. Even though it's done flattened off, it's beautiful out, the water itself gets really murky.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm afraid it could be what we're facing inshore this weekend. But the good news is it's Thursday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it could come back by then. I'm not saying don't go fishing. Give it a try, have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But you may want to plan to sabiki up baits. If you hear guys reporting they're on the beach, if you want to take a look along the beach, no problem. But have those sabiki rigs ready. This was actually just Hurricane Arthur.
You just see that message come in?
Yeah. Arthur was a tropical storm, kind of like the Aquaman.
Romeo wants to know, what's a rise size tackle reel rod for a high speed wahoo?
The right size? Is that what you said?
I said rise, but
The
you know.
rise size. It rhymes. For high speed trolling for wahoo, I would use at least a 50 wide. Because you probably want at least 60-pound mono, and a lot of guys put braid. I'll put braid on my 50 wides. Like the Tiagras, they've got a pretty heavy duty drag system, so they can hold a bigger line. And I like 50 wides. They're not too big, easy to handle, but you can go 80 and bigger, and it'll be really good when you catch some big fish. But yeah, 50 is probably the minimum. 50. I like all roller guided rods. Like I've got some chaos rods, just kind of happened out on Craigslist. But a lot of different ones. I kind of like, if you can, a little bit shorter rods. Almost like I've seen some kind of short ones are like, I guess maybe right at 5. And kind of easier to handle. I kind of like those. But, any size will work if you get a 6-footer. I just like roller guided and 50 wides.
Let's see. Robert was wanting to thank you for posting the Wahoo seminar. Best one he's attended on YouTube to date.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, that was Steve Grant.
Mhm.
Man, when I was a kid, I say this kid, when I was in college, UNF was right next to C&H Lures, where Steve worked at the time. C&H had a store on location. Now they're all online, but it was cool because I could go like right up the road and get like tackle, and I'd just like talk to him all the time. He had great stories. He put on a really good seminar. You know, a lot of funny stuff. And I've learned a lot from over the years. I learned a lot from that seminar, and definitely that we could pass it on. He's got some really cool Wahoo gear out now. He's got these new special high-speed sinkers that are like fine-tuned to be hydrodynamic. They have less drag. They go deeper. They kind of look like a teardrop shape. If you go to, I think you can get them like from Strike Zone and High Seas, Diamond Fishing Company. They sell fishing line. I think they have them on there too. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to go fishing with them soon. Been trying to set up a trip.
I think Dad talked to him the other day about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do y'all have the smooth puffer fish very populated where you are?
Smooth puffer fish?
Yeah, you can't escape them up here in the Big Bend. He went through $20 worth of artificials in 30 minutes.
Well, we don't. I've caught a few puffer fish, but not that many. Probably never more than one or two in a trip. Man, I remember down in the Keys a lot of times, we get these, sometimes when you're fishing for yellowtail, these trumpet fish come up. I don't know if you've ever seen a trumpet fish. Sounds like it's called. It's got like this really long nose, it's like a trumpet, these little teeth at the end. And they would just like rob you blind. Like, they just come up and like, dang, there's a trumpet fish. You can't hook them. I want to hook them and be like, ah, it shows you. Maybe they'll throw them back and be like, hey, we need to leave. This guy's catching fish. But you can't hook them. They have weird teeth. I just want to slap them or something. I mean, it's just so annoying. Sorry for threatening to slap a fish. There's a tournament, by the way, called the Snapper Slapper.
Where's that at?
It's here. It's at Palms Fish Camp.
Okay.
I love the name Snapper Slapper. It's got such great alliteration. Like, come on, guys, let's go slap some snaps. So I'm gonna say next time we go fishing for snapper. Snapper Slapper time.
Anyways, there is good news that the Keys opens June 1st.
That's right. I heard that. I'm pretty excited. I really want to get down there. We were hoping to go in March. So it was like right when it all hit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get down soon. I'd like to go down. If not, lobster season just around the corner, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's about 2 months away.
Yep, 2 months,
About.
almost exactly.
Yeah.
2 months, almost.
We have greetings from Egypt.
Wow, awesome. Thanks for
Watch it
reaching out
again.
from Egypt. I'm selling the Snapper Slapper.
Okay, Robert bought some of those sinkers. They're super slick.
Oh, nice. I gotta try
You should
some.
get some.
I was actually gonna do an underwater comparison. It's pretty cool. You ever been slapped by a fish?
I've seen it happen.
I was slapped by a fish once.
Saw it on video not that long ago. With Dad.
Dad was slapped by a fish once. I was slapped by a cobia once. I gaffed that fish, and I didn't get a good head gaff, and I pulled him up in the boat, and he had that tail, and he goes, whap. I mean, perfect slap.
Was it on the camera?
No, I think this was
Before camera.
yeah, before the show.
The best stuff never on camera.
He slapped it good. I wanted to do something to the fish, but I didn't
Yes.
captains.
Uncle, I just asked that question. Did you slap it back?
Yeah,
Probably wanted to.
I almost slapped a shark once. I almost slapped a goose once. Because the goose bowed up to me and I wasn't going to have none of that. Actually, I didn't slap him. I was gonna round kick him. Because I knew Taekwondo. I was going through the classes. And this goose bowed up to me. Like, I'm gonna kick this goose, you know?
I would like to have been the person like walking by that looked up to see like you and him have like
Yeah.
a stare down.
Because the goose pulled a Karate Kid. He like did his wings like that, you know, like a Karate Kid. I'm like,
I should have seen that.
I briefly was like, oh, I'm gonna walk away. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna take it from this goose. he wants a piece of me, he can have it, because I'm gonna kick him in the head, which probably because their necks are so flimsy, he'd probably just roll with it. But then my plan B was I was gonna grab him by the neck and I was gonna slap him. And I had this all planned out in my head. I was like, I ain't taking it today. I'm a college student, I'm a little stressed. I'm gonna slap this goose. But I guess the goose seen something in my eye and knew I wasn't serious, or knew I was serious.
He was seeing it like all play out in your
Yeah,
head.
and he backed down. It's like a little disappointing back down because I really.
It's probably a good thing for everybody.
I just loved seeing a college class
You know what I'm saying?
look over once. And
Anyway.
I'm sorry to get derailed.
A lot of violence today.
It started with the comment on the puffer fish, which escalated to
Snapper
the-
slapper.
first to the trumpet fish, then the snapper slapper, which you'll love to say.
Has work been stressful for you?
It's been fine.
Has some aggression.
I'm just thinking about that goose now. And I'm a little angry.
Anyways, do you ever fish the ledge for wahoo?
Yes.
I feel like these are like questions that should be asked in the music video.
Yep. I love fishing. I say the ledge for wahoo. Oftentimes I'm not actually on the ledge, but that's kind of what we say up here. We're going to the ledge for wahoo. Usually when I say ledge nowadays, I'm going to the ledge for wahoo, it means I'm going, I don't know, to that deep blue water, which could be anywhere from 15 miles from the ledge, past the ledge, fishing for wahoo. I love trolling out there. And the ledge itself can be really good at times. You can catch tuna. I was trolling recently. We caught some dolphin. No wahoo a couple weeks ago, but you can get some good triggerfish on the ledge, bottom fish, all that stuff. The ledge is definitely a pretty good spot to start if you're not sure. You know, if you're new to the area or something, because it's a very defined structure. It's easy to find. You know, it's all of a sudden, 160, 200, found it. You know, work it south. Sometimes there's a temperature break right on the ledge. And I try to leave a lot of information about where to find them. Because that's, to me, the hardest part about wahoo is just finding them. Once you find them, really for any trolling fish, finding them is the hardest part. Once you catch one, the odds of catching more fish goes up significantly. That is the hardest part of the battle. If you got one, two is way easier than the first one. You know, you just feel better because, okay, I got the skunk off the boat. I got one fish. I'm not going home empty-handed. So.
Let's see, we got a viewer from Cape Canaveral.
Oh, awesome.
And how far is a ledge from Mayport?
Right about 60 miles on the dot. I think that's 60 nautical miles. St. Augustine, it's like right at 50. So a little bit closer out of St. Augustine.
Yeah, let's see. Mini season is right up to regular season this year, no break. That's good for us in a way.
Yeah.
Because then we just, hit it all.
It's kind of good if you can plan it just right. You can get there at the end, right at mini season, and then catch a few days at the first of the lobster season. So that'd be.
That can
cool.
be a little stressful though. Like,
Yeah.
will we get our limit?
Yeah. We're
not allowed to leave the boat until we get our limit. So.
Our brother like die hard. Let's get our limit and go. He won't be there for regular season, so it might not be as stressful.
Yeah.
But usually, for mini season, it's pretty easy to get your limit. If you knew it, it would be a little harder, just because it's a learning experience. But once you get a few years under your belt, mini season is a great time to catch them. It's the people, craziness of the people.
We're crazy.
Yeah.
I lost my place. So now I'm thinking about the goose again.
I'm
Okay.
thinking snapper or slapper.
Did you know that the tuna limit is 10 per boat? No.
Blackfin tuna. If so, I didn't know that. Thanks for the heads up. I don't think I guess 10 per boat. Yeah, I was thinking 10 per person. But yeah, 10 per boats. Yeah, that's interesting. I know it's a pretty heavily hit area by a lot of boats. So I don't know. We'll see if that makes sense.
And he said he usually wears them out at the hump.
Yeah.
Okay, what camera and setup do you use for fishing videos?
Fishing videos. You want to tackle that one?
Let's see, how many GoPros we have? We have the Plus. We have
4.
three,
3 plus.
4,
And
7.
So yeah, I got an assortment of GoPros. Just kind of worked out that way every so often. If an old one got old and broke, actually I would get the insurance on it, and it usually broke before the insurance, so it actually worked out really good. So I just get the newer one since they didn't make the old one at the time, and those were really good. They all have their pluses and minuses. The Hero 3 Plus is great in terms of usability. Its battery lasts a long time. It's so simple.
And the audio is good too.
Yeah. The Hero 7 though, and even probably the Hero 8 now, I haven't used it, but they've got really great quality and a lot more functionality, a lot higher frame rates. It's a really good picture. I wish there were more ports for charging, and their mic connector is really silly. It's really expensive. Kind of weird that how big the mic connector is. You'd think GoPro would, make it simpler and cheaper, but otherwise they're good cameras.
Not if you want to like zoom in like far away.
That's the downside.
That's why we gotta use we gotta use what, Sony or?
Yeah, we have a Sony A7, which is good for hunting. It's a DSLR, and that's good for getting that zoom on and more cinematic kind of effects. Most of the time on the boat, it's a tight quarter, so the GoPros work well. But sometimes when you want to like zoom out, I want to show a little pop in, or if I want to show birds in the distance, or maybe have fishes on jumping, it's hard with the GoPro. But
what's the deepest depth you have gone to get a fish?
Deepest depth, I guess probably, I don't know, maybe 1,500 feet. Probably the deepest I've been. You know, you get in the humps. I think that's like, depending on which hump you go to, it can be like 1,200, 1,000, coming up to 400. Those areas are good. But yeah, usually not terribly deep. You know, in the Keys we do really well, starting around 500, 600 feet of water. Got some good dolphin in that area. Jacksonville, you know, you can get them up the ledge, and same thing, 500, 600 feet, sometimes farther. You know. At that point, it's more just the structure you find, the temperature, the weed line. I mean, I don't think they're at the bottom; they're at the top there. But
okay, let's see. Do you have the best luck with artificial bait or live bait?
I guess it depends what we're fishing for. I've done really well with artificial high-speed trolling for wahoo. I troll the C&H rattle jet when I'm high-speed trolling and trolling for dolphin. And I've caught a lot of fish on that: tuna, dolphin, kingfish. Had a wahoo on this year. So artificials do really good in that sense. Kingfishing, I really love live bait. You know, that does well. Just slow trolling, catch a lot of fish. And in the Keys, I like live bait too. Like a lot of times we'll be trolling artificials, and when we find them or when they come to the boat and there's more with them, we'll throw out some live bait and we'll start pitching live baits to them. And that's how we really kind of up our game and catch, you know, more fish that way.
Okay, so most of the time when you catch wahoo, it's with very dark colors. What kind of fish do you think the wahoo believes to be a squid or something similar?
Yeah. Well, interesting thing, actually, most of my fish, or at least right on half the fish, I catch on light colors. One of my best colors is white over blue. So you think, oh, white, how would a fish see that? Well, most fish are white on their bellies. I've done well in pink, I've done well in bright green dolphin colors. But I have done well in dark colors too. And it's weird, yeah, you don't see a lot of like dark fish, but there is the squid. I'm thinking maybe like tuna, blackfin tuna, bonita. They've got like a dark purple back, green kind of thing. And what I wonder almost is, you know how fish are, usually they're white on the bottom and dark on top. You know, like almost all fish are. Bait fish, you know, kingfish, wahoo. Think of a killer whale, right? White and black. Looking down, the water's dark, it's like black. Looking up, it's really bright, it's white. So fish naturally adapt to that color. I wonder if, because their backs are dark, you know, with wahoo, we say they like dark colors. Well, we're pulling baits deep. We've got these weights on them, or maybe we'll pull them on planer, things like that. Well, if these wahoo are up in the water column and they look down, they would expect to see dark. You know, a tuna, bonita, a blue runner would all be dark looking down. So they'd be okay, purple, green, whatever the case, red. That's typical, you know, and they'll eat it. Same reason, you know, I got my whites, maybe the wahoo are down. Some may be staggered in the water column. They may look up and say, oh, white bait. That looks like food. Meanwhile, the dark bait right up top, like, I'm ignoring that. So it's kind of my thoughts on.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Some of it I just thought of, actually. It's like, wait a second.
So it's either, oh, I've been doing it wrong this whole time,
Yeah.
or I've been doing it right.
Well, I always troll light and dark colors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if one's like consistently catching fish, one time white and blue is consistently catching fish, I put a bunch of white and blue out and left like one dark out.
Mm-hmm.
But I always just mix it up. I have a faith.
The 10 per boat was for blackfin tuna.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks for the heads up.
Okay, what's the right water temperature to start trolling, high-speed trolling for wahoo?
Okay. I like above 69, typically like 70.
I feel like I should know it.
Yeah.
I should know the depth, I should know it all.
Yeah. 69 is kind of like my minimum I like to do. I've heard of people catching them in lower ones, but typically, especially later, I say later, like around March, depending on how cold the winter is, late February, March, or early like December, I feel like you find a quick jump from like 70 to 72. So I try to start trolling at 70 and troll through that quick break to see if they like that zone. They might be right near the break, like a lot of times on that 72, maybe like half mile or a mile past the break, but right in that warm water. And you know, then I might go out, it'll get warmer, 73, 74, 75. But yeah, probably 69, 70 is where I like to start. Good stuff, right?
Yep.
Like the snapper or slapper.
Okay, Ed's saying hey.
Oh, hello Ed. Good to see you.
I say ocean deep fishing.
Oh, ocean deep, nice.
Okay, where's Dad been the past couple? Well, he's been working on a roof.
Right. Been doing some roofing work. That's why he's not here tonight.
Yep.
Wasn't here last week. He'll be back soon. You guys will see him on tomorrow's video in the morning. JJ will be wearing a tank top.
Of course.
Do you guys want a tank top to look like my dad? There should be some in the link below. You should be able to see our Teespring store now. We have your Hazardous tank tops.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad likes the tank tops. It's kind of what he's known for.
I mean, it's hot.
Well, he's been wearing them in January and February. We're at the lunch.
That's true.
He comes out in a jacket. He takes the jacket off. There's a tank top.
But he's so tan that, like, you know, he's not gonna get burned at this point.
Right.
So he can wear tank tops. Okay, let's see. What's biting this weekend?
This weekend. That's the question, huh?
Hopefully.
Hopefully kingfish. They were biting strong the last few weeks. I did hear of a slow report today where they weren't really biting well. But I think that storm going through is throwing them off. Hoping, you know, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Hoping by then they'll kind of kick back up again. Mm-hmm. So I think you could find those. I heard some cobia were caught. Catch some cobia. Snapper. If you want to practice for the snapper slapper, get out there and catch some snapper.
Still thinking about that.
What else rhymes with snapper?
Flapper.
Snapper, slapper, flapper.
Tapper.
Anyways,
we keep getting off topic. Do you use rip charts or Roths?
Sometimes I use the Roths. I like the Roths. Sometimes my friends have some other sea surface temperature charts, and those are pretty helpful. Especially if you have like a cursor and you can go like right to it and see the number kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So those are good. I do like those, especially if you're in a tournament. But really all the time, they can be helpful because, you know, you think about, it's, I don't know what it is, $60, $70 maybe, but, you know, if you're ice speed trolling going that far out, you want to catch fish, and maybe you can save some time and gas money that you'd be trolling looking for the fish. So that'll get you close. So,
Anything else?
let's see. Well, I guess we will wrap it up. I did pick a strawberry. I was actually out picking strawberries right before this. If you guys want to see our gardening channel, we started one. Just kind of simple stuff, showing how we do gardening. Say catching vegetables, picking vegetables, kind of fun stuff. We'll have some other cool videos coming soon. Tomorrow is a wahoo video at the ledge, or well, not at the ledge, towards the ledge, close to the ledge. We also kept a cool bottom fish, some really big beeliner, stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Are we done already?
Well, we can keep talking, guys. I mean, would you guys like to talk about snapper, slapper? Or we could talk about some, Kayla.
I got a couple questions.
Okay, cool.
Okay, how long would you troll a fishing spot before moving? Too long.
It's a great question. It's that's probably the hardest one of the hardest questions. But definitely. Okay, so I'll go through it.
Well, first you're like 5 more minutes, and then like 2 hours later, and it's
Yeah.
another 5 minutes.
Sometimes, that's always a question. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's where things get iffy. Like on our boat, sometimes me and my dad, we don't argue per se. We do it very subtly. My dad will be like, he'll ask the question, "What do you think?" And that's his way of saying I've learned it over the years. Let's go somewhere else. Okay, tired of this spot.
Yep.
Or something. He used to say, "What are we doing?" I was like, "We're fishing." I'm trolling. What are we doing? We've been here for 2 hours, and you're asking, "What are we doing?" You feeling okay, Dad? Too much sun from the tank top?
I think it's different when trolling and then like bottom fishing.
Yeah.
Trolling's a little more exciting and not as hot.
Right. But basically, it really depends. You have to read the situation. It's kind of like, think of any sports, right? Football, if you line up, quarterback's got to decide, am I going to run the ball? Am I going to hand the ball off to someone to run? Am I going to throw the ball? Am I going to take a knee? Does it look that bad? And he has to read it all right then. However the defense lines up, he has to read the conditions. And it's the same thing with fishermen. Okay, I usually have a plan, and first thing for my plan is what I've heard from other fishermen I know. Guys who give me tips, and that'll help. Some guy says, "I caught a bunch of fish along the beach yesterday and started buying at 11 o'clock." Okay, well, if I get there, maybe I'll get there, I'm there at 9 or 10, I'll troll it, and I'll even though I'm not getting bites, I'll probably wait there till at least 11, maybe 12, because the tide, it's an hour different on the beach. So that's one factor, what guys have done there, in the days before. The next one is water conditions, water temperature, and what I'm marking on my depth recorder. So if I'm like, maybe I don't have any intel and I go to this spot, so I'm like, well, in years past I've done well at this spot this time of year. I start trolling, and if I'm trolling and I'm like not seeing bait, like wahoo trolling high speed, you cover a lot of ground, which is great. So I've got all these different spots that are usually some kind of structure on the bottom, and I think it was last trip or trip before, I was hitting these spots and I was going over them, and I usually have a cluster of them, and I'm going over them and I wasn't seeing nothing. Like I wasn't seeing like any bait at all. And I hit like several in this cluster. I'm like, okay, I'm out of here, because there's just nothing marking. I don't see why anything would be there if there's no bait marking. When I caught Spanish mackerel on the beach, I hadn't been to that spot Spanish mackerel fishing ever before, but I knew there was some structure down below. So when I got there and I saw bait, even though there wasn't a lot of bait pods, but some bait at the bottom, I'm like, well, I'm gonna give it some time. So it's all kind of relative. Usually like 30 minutes slow trolling for kingfish. Wahoo, if I hit the spot and there's nothing there, then I'll keep going if there's stuff there. I'll give it 30 minutes, maybe an hour. If it's looking really good, just lots of bait, and if there are fishermen nearby who are catching them, I'm like, I'm gonna wait it out. You know, I know it's not a straight answer. I don't, which is why she was saying 5 more minutes. I'll say 5 minutes, and then I'll see something good. It's like I want to work that a little more. So,
More of a dad thing.
yeah. And sometimes, you know, I'm wrong. Sometimes they're like, no, let's try somewhere else, and we'll move somewhere else and we'll catch fish, and it was the right thing. You know, everyone's got their different everyone's got their different opinion, and a lot of it's experience. You know, just that's why it's good to write notes, keep a journal, and just kind of remember, like, you know, the other one year I was here and I stayed here all day, didn't catch a thing. You know, another time is like, well, I was catching stuff, and when I was seeing this. I was seeing birds feeding. I was seeing bait on the surface. I saw a fish sky. You know, obviously seeing fish is good. Or maybe it's like, well, this spot, I was here in this temperature, and it was this moon phase, it was good. You know, experience is just remembering all these different things.
Okay. What GPS fish finder would you recommend for beginners?
So we have a Garmin GPS, I think it's the 741 XS. It's a pretty basic model. It's pretty good. I like it. You know, it's got a sounder with it. I think it's like a 600 watt, and it does good. I mean, we're not using real deep water. Deep water, you want maybe a more powerful one. But yeah, so something like that. I mean, I like Garmin. Simrad's good. I've had a Simrad unit. Excuse me. You know, Garmin, Simrad, Ray Marine. I've had the most experience lately with Garmin and Simrad, and those are good. So probably something like that.
What's the best way to find kingfish if you're in a new area you've never fished before?
I would get numbers, because remember, all these striking fish still want structure. So I would get, you know, whether they're public numbers, you can go on the MyFWC website. You could get like a basic map, or a lot of times nowadays your GPS has the public numbers built into it. So whether it's an artificial wreck or something like, you know, there's live bottom here, I would just start trolling those. A lot of it, you know, talk to top tackle shops and stuff. It's like, are they catching fish? And then they kind of tell you, yeah, on the near shore wrecks, or maybe not too far out, maybe say 10 miles, or along the beach, stuff like that. And then troll it. And I talk about trolling live bait, but you can even troll spoons and like lip plugs, because that'll allow you to troll faster, and that'll allow you to find more bottoms, so you get more familiar with what you're fishing over.
Do you think the wahoo's faster when hunting than other species? That is why it is necessary to troll quickly, and if it's possible that if it is possible that it can be fished with spoons.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can catch wahoo with spoons. I mean, that used to be what everyone pulled, and you know, we got these fancy lures. So spoons, yeah, definitely. Kingfish, wahoo, you can catch all those on spoons, and we catch kingfish and wahoo slow. You know, live bait, people will kingfish and catch a wahoo. I troll bait sometimes, you know, 7, 8, 9 miles per hour, and I'll be very effective on wahoo. I think, you know, I don't think like they need it to be fast. I think that's just one of their kind of advantages. They can swim fast, so you know, hitting that bait isn't bad. Have you ever seen like a school of bonita or tuna? They move fast, so trolling big baits that are about the size of like bullet bonita, I think it's natural for the wahoo, so they're just prone to striking fast. You know, but even 14, 15 miles an hour. I mean, I caught dolphin. The other day I was in like 12. I caught amberjack. A lot of fish can go that fast. Maybe not as fast as a wahoo for as long as a wahoo, but you know.
Let's see. Spending Valley, who thinks it's funny how, you know, troll for 2 hours, get a couple good bites, and troll for another 2 hours with no bites.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, usually once they start biting, like, sometimes they'll bite fast and the bite only lasts 30 minutes or an hour. But you never really know that, right, until you stay for 2 hours and say, well, that was a 30-minute bite and it was done. Sometimes it has been longer, it'll be consistently. So, but for me, if I caught fish there, I know there are fish there and there were a reason that could mean more fish are there. So I prefer to stick it out rather than try to go somewhere that I know nothing about,
Yeah.
in terms of what bait's there, what's marking, and stuff like that.
What do you prefer, reel or spearfish?
I prefer reel. Christopher, my brother, would prefer spearfish. I do like spearfishing. It is fun. Just different ways of hunting, things like that.
Yeah.
Some fish are better to get on spearfish, and some are better to get with reel. You can do better one versus the other.
But when you're above the water, you don't have to worry about sharks.
That's true.
Like the one.
Had my share of run-ins with sharks, and that's not any fun. So it's nice to be able to avoid that from the reel.
Yeah. Is wahoo a morning bite?
I've caught them all day. Caught them at noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock. They used to be the old, I call them almost myths. And maybe in some places that's true. Like I've heard South Florida guys will fish early in the morning, go home, fish in the evenings, maybe Bahamas. But up here, I mean, fish have bitten all day. I've caught fish all times of day. Haven't noticed one biting more than the other. So
you still wake up at like what, 4?
Because they could bite good in the morning. I mean, I've had some days where I've got out there and immediately, in 10 minutes, had fish on. And I don't know, maybe if I was in the right place at the right time, maybe, maybe if I was there, sometimes it's my farther spots that I find the fish. Maybe if I was there first thing, they would bite better. But from what I know right now, I don't see a trend for one time of day versus the other.
Travis is saying, hey, what's up from Hastings? Do you ever dive inside of 3 miles for flounder?
No, never dove inside of 3 miles.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Inside 3 miles, you can actually get a snapper. Because in state waters, they're not shut down. Double check it, but I'm pretty sure they're not shut down. We've thought about diving like the jetties for flounder, so that'd be fun. If the jetties are long enough, you can do that. But I haven't yet.
What's the best speed for trolling for wahoo?
I like 14 or 15. Everyone's different. Some people will be like, yeah, we troll 18, 20. Guys have caught them going even faster. Some guys are like, I like 12, 10. Really, I think it's more about how your boat trolls. I've heard some guys with the stepped holes, like 36, 39 footers, their boat doesn't like to go, 13, 14. It does better at 18 or 20. So that's what they do. Our 30-foot contender, non-stepped hole, just straight regular monohull. I control, 14, 15. I feel like it's just a good speed for my baits. Doesn't put too much pressure on the line or the reel. And I control a planer if I want to, a high-speed planer. Just comfortable ride at that speed.
Okay, are we getting down to the Keys this year? They were originally going to go this week, but now they pushed it to either August or September.
We are still planning, yes. Sounds like it's opening up June 1st, and we're not going to be there till the end of July, but we are looking forward to it.
Does high-speed trolling catch the biggest wahoo?
Well, the biggest wahoo that we've ever caught did not come from high-speed trolling. We were going about 9 miles an hour, and it was on a popping alien scene-age lure, popping on the surface, on mono, not on a weight, not on a high speed, not on a big 1 pound lure, just a little plastic lure. So I don't think it necessarily matters. I mean, I know some big fish caught on artificial high speed, but I think it's just if you find the fisherman who's hungry. I think one guy caught like a big 120 pounder. He just had value on his planer. So
that's a big wahoo.
Yeah, that is a big wahoo. So yeah, I don't think it I don't think one determines,
Mm-hmm.
which is bigger.
So are the kings showing up yet?
They were. It sounds like they might be gone for a little while, but I think they'll be back soon if they are gone.
Yeah.
We're gonna try it this weekend. We'll try to catch them. If any of you guys are offshore, Northeast Florida, give us a shout.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll put one channel on channel 18, and I'll probably be on like 72 or 8. So we'll give y'all a shout, let you know if we find any pogeys or bait or stuff like that.
You can always do a live feed.
That's true. If I'm by the beach and I have signal, I'll try to give you guys a live shout. I might do it on Instagram. If you guys have, be sure to follow us on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and post some more tips and up to date stuff, what's going on, things like that.
Okay, how true is it, or have you heard that they have biodegradable hooks? So if a fish escapes you, the hook melts in their mouth in a few days. Have you ever used them?
I've never heard of it described as biodegradable hooks. So they have hooks that will rust, and they just rust out of the fish's mouth. And that's been around.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's been around for years.
Yeah.
Most hooks will rust out
Mm-hmm.
unless you get a specific stainless hook. So yeah, I've used hooks and they rust pretty quick. They'll rust out. I've caught a nurse shark once that looked like it had all these lip piercings, and you can see the hooks were rusting out. Most of the time, yeah, they just rust out. I don't know if they got something new. If California's using like paper hooks now.
I mean, I can see them making that. It makes sense.
About how well their paper straws work.
Okay, let's see. When are you gonna come to fish in the Gulf of Mexico? Well, look who it is. From Tampa, I think.
We are like when are we fishing in
You-
Tampa?
We need to bring someone in real quick. While you're reading that, I think it's funny that I think Jeremy would be good on Gator Boys. That was a good show.
Yeah, I used to practice Gator Boys with our German Shepherd. I would practice seeing if I could get my finger out of the way before she bit it.
Dad, we have been people have been asking where you've been.
I'm here. Did you tell him I was on the roof?
You said you were working on a roof.
Working on the roof.
Uh-huh.
He's here, guys.
You can take my seat.
Would you like to have a seat, Dad?
Have a seat.
I'll just come in here for a second.
Wearing your favorite attire.
He's wearing
Okay, guys.
a tank top. I think the same tank top he's wearing in this week's video.
Well, we have that in
Well,
like same color shirt, but 5 of them.
this hand ain't from fishing. This hand has been on the roof for the last week. And it's hot.
Yeah.
I'd rather be fishing though. Did they say the weather's getting a little bit rougher this weekend than what they had anticipated? Did you hear something?
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, that's what Eddie Smith said. He said it was like 8 foot out on the beach this morning.
Well, yeah, this morning I think that swell's still there. But,
Spinning Valley, who is glad to see you, Dad.
Hey, Spinning Valley, who? Looking forward to going out and going fishing. And hey, you need to come get some veggies too, buddy. I got a bunch coming in at the garden. So you tell me when you want them to come by and get some.
Okay, Coral Heads was saying cheap hooks rust quicker.
yeah.
The cheap one's biodegradable.
Cheap hooks are
Romeo also
environmentally
says hi to you, Dad.
Who did?
Romeo.
Okay.
I think
Hey, Romeo.
hi.
Hey, Romeo.
Why is there
See, no, we can't see the screen very well, so Kayla's relaying us the messages.
Oh yeah, like I can read it. It could be as big as the screen up. I can read it, but like one letter per
Yeah.
screenshot on there.
Okay. Do you have a scar on your hands that has ever made you fish or cut? Do you have a scar?
Do
Have
I?
a- Do you have a scar on your hand from a fish or any cuts from fishing? I know I do.
I've
I've
done
got scars all over me though.
I've done poked myself and cut myself plenty. When I remember it, which is about half the time, I wear gloves
Mm-hmm.
because it'll save your hands. So try to wear gloves, stuff like that.
Very good, especially like lobstering. Out there flounder fishing. I used to break the line with my hand when I want to retie something, and it would cut right inside the fingers there. I'm like, I don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Okay, Ed was also saying, hey to you, Dad. Welcome
Ed.
aboard. Good to see you. Okay, is flounder the best inshore fish?
It's my best fish. You know, I love to catch flounder. I like to eat flounder too. And flounder fishing, is a structure-based fishing, which most fish I would say are, would you say?
Yeah.
But especially we get a little sand or mud near like an oyster bed or feeder creek or something like that, it's really good. And the fish will set into the current dropping, so you want to set, you can either cast up past it and pull it with the current, or get up into the current and then can't pass it and bring it past the fish.
Hi to your dad, the boss. Do you fish or cut bait?
Me? Or,
I feel like that's the old saying. Fish or cut bait, dude, means
right.
go or stay. Do you like cut bait or do you use whole fish for flounder?
Oh yeah, I like to use whole fish. Croakers are my favorite live bait fish to use. But you can catch them on cut bait, you can catch them on the fish bites and caught them on those. I've caught them on jigs. So you can catch them on about anything.
Well, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Been a lot of fun. Good long video. Got to talk to a lot of guys. Appreciate that.
I'm looking forward to a fantastic summer of fishing.
Got a lot of cool, exciting stuff coming in.
Yeah.
If you guys got any questions, I'll put some links to some videos, finding pogies, jigging up baits, our high-speed video. Tune in tomorrow about 11 o'clock for our video. We appreciate if you'd share it. That definitely help us out. You know, if you could share it on your Facebook page, if you got one, something like that, we definitely appreciate it.
We certainly will.
Grow the channel, stuff like that.
If you have any more questions, we can answer them below. A few came in now. I don't know if you want a quick answer.
Yeah, sure, real quick.
Have you guys ever ate at Chowder Ted's?
No, you know, in fact, we were just talking about that the other day. We come out there and said, we need to go try to eat there. Now, Palms, they got the best sweet tea that, I mean, it's beyond anything. So.
Sweet tea.
But we're going to do, hopefully do a show at Palms here
Yep.
soon, aren't we?
Yeah,
A live feed.
as soon as we can draw a crowd.
That's right.
Okay, and Todd's using your yo-yo tips for Wahoo rigs. How often do you wind on Spro swivels? Spro?
I change them out typically once a season. Yeah, if there's a Spro swivel. Yeah, I'll usually change out my snap swivels once a year. I learned that the hard way
Yeah.
when one broke off last year.
Yeah, $100 rig and a big Wahoo.
Yeah, you know, I know they're a few bucks maybe, but not a few bucks versus losing a Wahoo and your big $100 rig.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Is the Gulf of Mexico kingfish the same as Atlantic kingfish?
I don't know. I know.
I think species wise, they
Yeah.
are.
Oh yeah. Chad goes over there and he has a good time catching them. I think you can catch them on shallow. Well, I guess you can catch them on bleach here, but
Yeah.
Okay, Coral Heads are saying thank you for taking time and talking with us. And let's see.
guys, you guys is the one that makes this show. We enjoy it, and we learn a lot of stuff from you guys too. Any tips you have, pass it on, and you know, we're all about the same thing, catching fish. Just stay out of our hole. But other than that, you know.
Sure. But yeah, thanks guys. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. We'll have another live video next Thursday. Try to get ready the habit of it, and we'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.